All right, let's get started.
All right, everyone. Thank you for coming. We are going to be talking about ungating today. Again, my name is Angie.
And I'm Johnny.
So I know we have some new faces here. So if you guys
Welcome.
ever have any questions in the school group, go ahead and let us know. And we can go ahead and make a call and kind of answer questions for everyone. I know someone posted in the chat in the school group, they wanted to know a little bit more about ungating. So
Yeah, we've
this
been
is,
getting a lot of questions around
yeah,
ungating, so we're like, well, let's just do a call about it. Just kind of get everyone the information so we can all, have success with ungating.
yep.
That's,
Alrighty.
yeah, I know it's a big problem that a lot of new sellers face is how do I get ungated in brand? So we wanted to, try to help figure out ways to, give you options to get ungated. So we'll go into the next slide here.
So overall, this is these are the topics that we're going to be talking about today. So one, what does ungate mean? If you're new, this is really good for you to kind of find out what it means to be ungated. Two, what does restricted mean? Three, what is an auto ungate? Four, when should I try getting ungated? Five, what are the requirements to get ungated? Six, how do I get ungated? Seven, where can I get an invoice? Eight, how to find an ungating product. And nine, we're going to go at the end over if
Any
you guys have any
questions?
questions.
Yep.
Okay. All right, again, so don't forget to take notes, eliminate distractions, and then again, take action, guys. You guys are going to learn by doing. There's mistakes that are going to be made, but you're going to end up learning how to, overcome those obstacles.
Yep, got to get the reps in. Repetition is the father of learning.
Yes.
So,
All right, so first of all, what does ungate mean? So being ungated is a term that a lot of Amazon sellers use to say that they have permission or authorization from Amazon to sell a specific product or category. Sorry, can you guys hear me very well? Am I too loud? No? Am I good? Okay. The term gated is the opposite. So Amazon does not allow a seller to sell this item yet. So again, yet, keyword there. To get ungated as a seller, you must apply to do so. So if you guys notice on this picture here, this was from the add a product page on your Amazon Seller Central. We typed in Colgate Optic White and it displayed all of these results and we went with the first one. So this here, if you see on the right, it says new. So this is where you would select how you're going to be selling this item if it's a new condition. And then if it's a different product, it'll say like used condition or collectible or new. What
yeah.
is it? Like new as
Yeah, it's the
collectible?
condition that you sell the product in. And I think with this type of product, you can only sell it in new
Yes.
condition since it's toothpaste.
Yes. You don't want to use you don't want
Sell
to sell
used
used
toothpaste.
toothpaste.
So
Um,
that's definitely a no-no.
but you'll select new and then if it prompts at the bottom the button that says sell this product, this means that you are ungated to sell this product. So you can definitely select the button and then start listing it on your Amazon account.
Yep.
All right. So this one here, if the apply to sell button is showing, then you can submit an invoice to get ungated. So if you see here, these Soundcore headphones, it allows you to do the drop down as new, and then you'll click apply to sell, and it'll prompt you to submit an invoice in order to get ungated.
Yeah, so if you see this apply to sell button, that pretty much means that you are gated and you have to apply to get ungated. And usually when I see this button, I always click apply to sell because sometimes it doesn't require an invoice. You click apply to sell and boom, it'll say you're approved and you don't even have to submit an invoice. So I always click that button just to see if it requires an invoice or not. So
Yes, and
I
we'll
don't,
go into, sorry,
yeah.
we'll go to another slide where it'll either prompt you, hey, you're approved, or hey, no, these are the requirements that you need and you need a submitted invoice. You'll see that in the next couple of slides.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're good. So, what does restricted mean? If the not available button is showing, then you cannot submit an invoice to get ungated. This means Amazon is not allowing any new sellers to hop on this listing. This can be due to the brand itself telling Amazon not to allow new sellers. So pretty much for Under Armour, it's saying that you are not approved to list this product. You will need to contact the brand owner to become an authorized seller of this product on Amazon. So pretty much Under Armour is telling Amazon, we don't want any new sellers on this brand or on this product. We are going to restrict it from anybody. You can't even apply to get ungated. So it's not even worth trying to get ungated because
You can't
you
even
can't
submit it.
even submit it. They don't
Yeah.
even allow you to submit an invoice. So this is Under Armour is a brand that we actually can sell other products in Under Armour, but it's just specific products in this brand that are restricted. So sometimes that's weird with certain brands is like some products will be okay to sell, but other products will be restricted. So you just have to that doesn't happen with most brands. Most brands are like if they're restricted across the entire brand. But some brands like Under Armour, you can sell their clothing, but you just can't sell their shoes. So
Yeah.
you just have to look out for that. Like I think Clinique is another one that's going to be restricted here soon. You're not going to be able to sell those products anymore because I think the brand owner just decided not to
Yeah.
allow it.
So again, if you do not, if you see this, do not buy this product to sell on Amazon because you're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
So there. All right.
So, what is an auto-engate? An auto-engate is when you apply to sell a specific brand or product and no invoice is required. Sometimes a questionnaire might appear. So this is what we select when prompted. So pretty much there's like a video that you can watch that kind of talks about how to comply with Amazon's anti-counterfeiting policy. And then it's going to ask you a questions kind of about what the video was about to make sure that you understand. So the first question is, are you a reseller, distributor, a manufacturer, or both for the products you want to list? And we always put reseller, distributor. We're not a manufacturer. We're not making these products. We're just reselling them. So we always put that there. The next one is, which of the following statements describes your responsibility when listing products on Amazon? And you're going to always select, I'm responsible for all products I sell on Amazon and for understanding whether they violate the law or are otherwise restricted from sale on Amazon. So that's the correct answer there. And then the next three questions, this is just like, I think there's like a 5 questions, and it's always the same answers every time.
Yeah.
So if you list the products for sale on Amazon that are illegal, otherwise in violation of Amazon's policies, the following consequences could result in all of the above. So pretty much your offer for products in question may be removed. Your eligibility to sell in a particular category may be removed, and your entire seller count may be blocked.
Yeah.
So
You don't want that to happen.
so you just make sure that they're not illegal. That's key there. The next question is, which of the following represent a best practice when selling on Amazon to ensure compliance with our policies? And again, that would be all of the above.
And then if you guys want to go into more detail on that, you guys can always replay this video and kind of pause and read
through
that and
Yeah.
read through it. But you will always select all of the above.
And I'm
for
sure
that
you'll
one.
see this once you start applying for brands. You're
Yes.
just going to see this pop up all the time, and you'll get used to it. And then the last question is, all the products I intend to sell are authentic, counterfeit, replica, or knockoff products are prohibited on Amazon. And then you just check the box there.
Yep.
And then you put in your email address, the one that matches your seller account, and then you put your phone number in. That's optional, but you put your phone number in that matches your seller account.
Yep.
So that's pretty much auto engate. And then once you answer those questions right and you click submit, it's 100% guaranteed approved, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that is, this is what you'll get. The Bear brand application did not prompt us to submit an invoice. We clicked on apply to sell button, and then it was prompted with the questionnaire. After answering all the questions, it then auto-engated us. This now allows us to list and sell this brand. So
yeah. So it's always nice to get that, like, hey, congratulations, your selling application for brand, XYZ, you can now sell it. So it's always nice to get those like emails and, auto ungates. Again, it doesn't always prompt the questionnaire.
Yep.
You can always just select, apply to sell, and then it'll prompt it, selling application approved.
Yeah, sometimes it'll just not even ask the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on.
So when should I try getting ungated? We get this question a lot. And, here are just some of the things that we look for to determine if we should try to get Ungated. So number one, is the brand well known? Number two, is there significant potential profit? Three, does the brand or category have a variety of products? Four, is the demand high on Amazon? Five, do we have a profitable product that we want to sell? And then six, how much does it cost to get Ungated? So an example that, we just went through maybe a few days ago is we pretty much found a supplier, right? Or like a wholesale distributor. We got their catalog. We searched all the items that they had in stock, and we found these.
Colgate,
Yeah.
toothbrush heads, like replacement heads,
Yes.
and they were profitable, but we were gated in Colgate
Colgate.
brand.
Yes.
So we're like, how do we get ungated, right?
Right.
And so we were like, okay, let's check out what are our options here. So we went to Target and we looked up Colgate products on Target,
Yep.
and we just found something that we could order 10 of.
I think it was like toothbrushes.
Yeah, it was
They
like
were.
yeah, just some cheap toothbrushes. I think they're like $5 each.
Yeah.
And we were able to order 10 of them. And once they shipped, there's a little button that pops up on your Target, like on the website on your Target account, and you can click like view detailed invoices. You can just download that as a PDF, submit it, and boom, you're ungated in the brand. So
Yeah. So what we saw in Colgate was, okay, this brand is super well known, obviously. It's one of the biggest brands for toothpaste, toothbrushes, etc. So they sell all that whitening strips. They have, replacement heads. So they have all these other products that we can possibly get from a different distributor or a different retailer that can be, super cheap, that can make it profitable. And then also we're able to find these items for cheaper, like at retailers like Big Lots, Grocery Outlet, Walmart, etc.
on clearance
On
sometimes, yeah.
clearance as well. So we're like, we see it all the time. We never really get into it. This is probably a great opportunity to, like, you know what? Let's just do it. It's a cheap Ungate.
Yeah.
We could sell these products from, distributors or retailers. Like,
Let's just make sure
let's
that
just
we're
do
set
it.
up for it.
You know,
Yeah. If we see
that
the opportunity come. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like it was only $5, five for 10 units. So it's like $50 to get ungated. And then, you can sell anything in that brand.
Yeah.
So
So the potential profit is there, right?
yeah.
So that's why we decided, hey, like, let's just do it. And we got Ungated like in
Within 5 minutes
5
after submitting the
minutes.
invoice, it was like,
Yeah.
boom, 5 minutes, you're approved. So I
Yeah.
mean, recently I've seen like really quick, like pretty much like almost automatic approvals. It's not
Yeah.
like right after, but it's like within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
So we ordered the toothbrushes like one day, right? And then
we
2
had to
days later.
we had to wait for them to ship just
Yeah.
to see the invoice.
Because the invoice was not prompted until it was shipped.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you'll get that. You won't be able to submit the invoice until it says shipped or delivered.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll wait for you to have it delivered
Yeah.
first, but yeah.
All right.
So this is okay. Yeah. So what are the requirements to get ungated? So pretty much you can either get a letter of authorization from the brand, right? That's one way to get ungated. But most of the time, what we do to get ungated is we get an invoice from a distributor or a manufacturer. And most likely it's a distributor or like a retailer. And the requirements for these invoices are that they must be within the last 6 months. So you have to have ordered it within the last 6 months or 180 days. Um, the invoice must include the name and address matching the information in your seller account. It also must include the name and address of the manufacturer or distributor. So in our case, our example was Target. And it must show the combined purchase of at least 10 units. So you can also combine invoices. Like you could have 10 invoices with 1 unit, or you could have 2 invoices with 5 and 5, and just combine those and submit it. And as long as it's a combined purchase of 10 units, you can use multiple invoices. You can omit pricing information if you want to. Please note that we may verify your submitted documentation by contacting the product vendors. And then the last one, the last one is a new one. So this is a new update. So I know we were just talking about the Amazon Ungate hack, how you can use Amazon to get ungated in pretty much anything. But now there's a new checkbox right here saying if providing an Amazon invoice or order confirmation, please show a combined and fulfilled purchase of at least 50 units. For all other invoices, show the combined and fulfilled purchase of at least 10 units. So that's a huge one. I mean, at least there's still like there's kind of a gray area whether or not like Amazon will like accept Amazon invoices, and they were in the past, but now this confirms that they do. But now they're saying that you have to have ordered at least 50 units, which is kind of a bummer because
Yeah,
it's hard to.
it's a game changer now. It's
It's
kind of like
because
we
they have
used
all
to
those
get inundated with Amazon invoices like
all the time,
all the time, and now they're gonna make it
a lot harder.
a
So
lot harder.
I
Yeah.
mean, there is some cases where it could still be worth it, especially if you're doing like wholesale and you're buying a huge order and you're like, I need to get ungated in Starbucks or something.
Yeah.
I have, a 20K purchase order that I want to place an order for. I'll pay $500 to order 50 units, like that's a small cost in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of things, but
Yeah.
it does change a lot, and kind of increases the barrier to entry for Amazon invoices at least. But there's always other options to get
Yes.
ungated, like the Target one, that one's relatively new to
Yeah.
us. And I
I
think that
think
one's
they
like
just
probably the best way to
started.
get ungated now.
Yeah,
So
they just started like
providing invoices,
yeah,
they didn't
yeah,
they didn't provide invoices before.
before.
So when you attach the PDF, make sure to include the brand name in the title of the document. For example, we always put the brand and then underscore invoice PDF, and that's what we always put for all of our invoices. We usually have pretty good success with that.
Yes.
And then we always put just like a quick comment saying thank you for taking the time to review. I don't know if it's gets sent to a rep, just trying to be nice, and hopefully they'll give us the good graces and approve our application. So
Yeah.
the next one, just make sure that you input your email address and your phone number that match your seller account. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much the requirements to get ungated, and some updates on
How
what's
are we
changed.
doing? Are we talking too fast for you guys?
Everyone good? One's in the chat if we're all on the same page.
Let's see.
Yes,
Good.
sir. We got
All
Eddie
right,
with the
Eddie.
one. Yes, sir.
All
Cool,
right.
cool.
Cool.
All right, we'll keep going. Close the chat. All
All
right.
right.
Oops. All
Okay,
right.
so how do I get ungated? One of the main questions that we get asked. So number one, find a profitable product or products, right? So if you're, storefront stocking, if you're searching for products and you stumble upon a profitable product, but you're not ungated, then the next step would be to find a retailer or distributor that provides an invoice for that brand. Right. And then you're going to go ahead and purchase 10 items of a single product. And you're going to make sure to look for a cheap item that is sold on Amazon. So well, just to clarify, if you find a profitable product, right? Say you go to Nike and you find these, high top shoes or whatever, right? But you can only get maybe like 3 pairs, 4 pairs,
And they don't provide an invoice
and they don't provide an invoice
in
because,
store.
yeah, they give you a receipt, right? So you're not ungated in Nike. You can still get ungated in that brand by purchasing a different item that is from that same brand, your
Yeah.
10 units, and apply to sell for the brand on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I made that clear or
Yeah,
if I
you
just
did.
mixed you guys up, but
Yeah.
you can pretty much buy a different product to get ungated in that brand that might be cheaper than finding those shoes, right? Give me 1 second, Giovanna. I'm gonna clear this up and then I'll answer your question. So say those shoes, right? There was 4 shoes, you bought them, they're profitable. You're gonna buy these headbands from a different, retailer, right?
Website, like a website.
That gives you an invoice. You're going to find that product on Amazon and you're gonna submit an application to get ungated in Nike with those headbands.
Yeah.
After you submit your application, it's gonna ungate you in selling in Nike
In the entire brand.
completely.
Yeah.
So now you don't even have to purchase a full 10 of that one specific product. Now you're able to sell those four
Yeah.
because you already got ungated in the whole brand. All right, let me see what Giovanna has to say. Go ahead. You can unmute.
Okay, thank you. I was just gonna ask, so since my account is still like in review, you have to be ungated to pretty much sell anything. Like for
Yes.
anything that you want to sell, you have to be ungated for. You have
Well,
to be ungated for.
not all the time. So remember, there are some auto ungates. So, and then there's some that don't even ask you to get, submit an invoice to get ungated. So you don't
Okay.
always have to be ungated. Let me reword that. It's not always going to prompt you to get ungated
Via an invoice.
via an invoice. Yeah. So like I know there
Okay.
was this other person in our school group. She started scanning stuff in her house and she started getting auto ungates from stuff in her house. Literally, I think she did like Playtex. I think it was like Playtex, like pads, and like she did some other like Febreze or I'm not sure exactly which ones. I can get a list from her, but she started scanning stuff in her house and started getting auto ungates. And now she was like, oh,
Yeah.
that was easy, you know? So there's
Okay.
always ways to like kind of just figure it out and be like, all right, well, what can I sell? Right? You have to start scanning. You have to start adding products to your catalog to see
What you can
what
sell.
you can sell. So it doesn't always require an invoice. So you that you're starting off, Giovanna, I would say go through your house, see what you could scan. Whatever has a barcode, start scanning.
Yeah, or just go to Ross or TJ Maxx and start scanning stuff. See what stuff's in store. See what you can
Yeah.
find profitably, and just try to hit ungate, and just try to hit apply to
Apply.
sell.
Yep.
And then if it doesn't, then like, okay, maybe I have to take this extra step to get ungated in this brand. So sometimes you just have to know what you need, what steps you need to take, but
Yeah.
you need to start scanning first before you know what you need to do.
Yes.
So hopefully
Okay.
that answered your
Okay.
question.
Did that answer your
Okay.
question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it did. It's just like, so that's just how you start. You start just
Yeah.
by scanning things to
Yep.
start knowing what to sell.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty. And then, so find a profitable product. Let me just start from the top. So find a profitable product or products. 2, find a retailer or distributor that provides an invoice. 3, purchase 10 items of a single product. Make sure to look for a cheap item that is sold on Amazon. 4, make sure your invoice information matches your seller account. And this is crucial because they will not approve your application if your billing address does not match. 5, save the invoice as a PDF with the brand name in the document title, example, Nike invoice. 6, upload your invoice after it has been shipped or delivered. And 7, wait for a response. This time frame can vary for everyone. It's not the same for you that it is for us or us for you.
Sometimes it changes
Yeah.
like throughout the year.
Yeah, so it could take us 5 minutes, it could take us 2 days, it could take us a day. It just really depends on when they're reviewing these applications. Again, if you cannot get ungated with a product you found due to no invoice, you can still get ungated with another product in the same brand. All right.
So here are some good places where you can get an invoice that we've used successfully in the past. So Target, we just talked about that one. I think we've recently ungated 3 brands.
Yes.
Google,
Colgate.
Fitbit, and Colgate
Yep.
recently. All relatively easy, all quick auto ungates. I mean, not auto ungates, but they were like within 5 minutes after submitting the invoice.
Yeah.
Champs, I've heard success. We haven't really used that one recently because we haven't had the need to, because we've been ungated in Nike and Adidas for so long that we just haven't tried it. I know we used to use Eastbay in the past when it was actually still around, but now that's kind of no longer in business, and they kind of merged with Champs. So it's Champs and Foot Locker are still owned by that same company, but you do have to like request an invoice. I don't think they actually provide one.
Yeah,
You
have
actually have to
like
call or
them.
email and
Yeah.
have them send you an invoice. ASOS, I've heard works, and I think we've had
did.
success with them in the past with like Vans
I think we
work
got
for us.
ungated with ASOS and Vans.
Yeah, if you want to get ungated in Lego, you can go to lego.com and just order like 10 of those little keychains. They're like $5 a piece, and you can order 10 of them.
Yeah.
And
We
submit
can
an
maybe do
invoice.
them actually next when
Yeah.
we kind of go in there and find a product or something.
Yeah.
We could
So
probably do that.
lego.com. And you can sometimes get ungated in multiple brands. Like if it's like like a Star Wars Lego, you can maybe get ungated in Star Wars and Lego and Disney. So it's like a triple dip, you know. That can work sometimes.
I think we did that for Star Wars and Lego.
Yeah, and also when you're just starting out, you might need to get ungated in toys category. And so you can actually take a picture of all the toys you got received, and then you have to submit it to get ungated in the toys category. And Giovanni, you got another question?
I think.
Oh no, never mind. That was already in there. Sorry.
No, I don't. Sorry, I just need to lower it.
You're good.
Thanks.
And then
Kohl's
Kohl's,
may
I've
work.
heard some mixed reviews with
Yeah.
Kohl's recently. I've heard it worked for some people and it haven't worked for others. I don't know if they're doing something wrong or whatnot, but
Yeah.
Frontier Co-op is actually a really good one for grocery. You need to get ungated in the grocery category. So this is one that you can use for that. Entertainment Earth is really good for toys as well. You can also set up your own, I think like EE distribution is like a wholesale version of that site. And they provide invoices. So you can just order 10 toys and get ungated in Mattel or like Hasbro or all the big toy brands that you want to get ungated in. Soccer.com, I've actually heard a lot of success with Nike ungates with soccer.com recently. So
yeah.
that's what I would recommend for anyone trying to get ungated in Nike now. Soccer.com, I've seen multiple people have success with that one.
You might be able to do Adidas too, or
yeah, Adidas might work with soccer.com and Puma.
Any of the athletic
Any like
brands.
soccer brands or athletic brands that like have soccer equipment that are.
We can maybe look at one of them as well from soccer.com.
Yeah, we've had success with REI in the past.
Yes.
For some products, and then Best Buy as well. We have a Best Buy business account. And so we use that mainly. I don't know if they provide invoices on the personal accounts, but I know with the business accounts we do.
Yes. And you can upload your reseller's permit and get 0 sales tax.
Yeah.
With Best Buy.
Yep. Yeah, we uploaded our reseller permit and we get no sales tax on our purchases for resale. Yeah. So yeah, just wanted to reiterate, you can use multiple invoices equaling 10 items. And what may work for you might not work for everyone. You know, sometimes Amazon is very inconsistent. You know, sometimes like people will have success, or sometimes people will have to submit an invoice 20 times, you know.
Yeah. So it is normal to get declined for the first time. All you got to do is resubmit an invoice. And
sometimes they'll say like, you need to provide new information. Just ignore that. Just keep submitting something. Maybe add an extra like
a picture of your items all together, or
just try to give them some new information, but just stay consistent.
A statement confirming your purchase or whatever.
Like the tracking. Something.
Anything works. Anything to make their lives like so much easier, they'll appreciate. Yeah,
or maybe you have to annotate the invoice, say like highlight the product and say that this matches this product, and
And go back real quick. So when we say multiple invoices equaling 10 items, so an example was our Colgate toothbrushes. They separated it into 2 invoices because they shipped 1 by itself and then 9 by itself as well. So we submitted 2 invoices for that one application, and it was accepted because we bought them together.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So this is you.
Yeah. So how to find an ungating product. So when looking for a product to get ungated in that brand, make sure to filter the price from low to high. So this is going to help you spend less to get ungated. You might have to. So I guess one of the main things that we say, or like that we are okay with
when
doing,
buying a product for the purpose of getting ungated.
So you might have to lose some money on the product that you're using to get ungated in that brand. And that is okay, because again, the potential profit that you can earn in that brand is worth so much more. So earlier we were talking about the Starbucks. You said, you might have to spend $500. That's
To
a
get
little
it.
much, but $500 to get ungated in Starbucks, but you found a palette that was worth 20K or whatever that can get you, a high ROI. That $500 is not going to be like,
It's just an upfront
it's
investment,
like,
just so you
it's
have the
like an
opportunity.
investment. So it's not going to be a problem. At least not for us, because we could see the potential profit that the brand can earn us, right? But yeah, I think we can go into how to find a product
Okay.
to get ungated. So I know some people want to get ungated in maybe like Nike. I think we overheard I remember someone mentioning
Yeah.
in the school group. So
Okay.
let's stop share. Okay. And then you want to do maybe like soccer.com. And then share. Can you guys see our screen?
Right now.
Okay. Can you see our screen? Chat. Check the chat.
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So this is soccer.com. Pretty much just gonna type in like Nike.
Just Nike.
Boom.
So we've never done this on this website, so
Bear with us.
bear with us.
Gotta close out of these cashback extensions. But yeah, if you filter the results, usually we always sort results from price low to high here. And then just hit sort. And then you can see you got some cheap shin guards. Pretty much we're gonna like check to see if we can find this product, like a listing for this product on Amazon.
Yes. So maybe check the shin guards and see if that works.
We could check these really quick.
So again, Seller Amp is going to be your best friend. You can highlight, right click.
And then hit SAS search. All right, so you can see that it searched it based on what I had highlighted. And then you can see down here,
What color is
this like a navy blue silver. Is this it?
Yeah, navy. It says navy.
Just says navy.
Look at this. Okay, so it has a strap on the back.
Just gonna open it up in Amazon and see if I can take a closer look. Looks to be the same. It says blue silver, but that doesn't really look silver to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Look for the description and see if you could find
one pair, color navy.
soccer gear replace. It looks the same, but
Yeah.
let's try it.
So you can either like, there's multiple colors you could select. You could do the black ones if you wanted to.
Check that one. That's a different listing. It looks like it is because it has the strap on the back. Like if you zoom in.
Yeah, there's no UPC. You see here.
Does it have a UPC there? So we're just checking for any identifiers. That way we can match the products.
Yeah.
So
You can match it with a UPC sometimes.
if they have like a UPC on there.
Yeah. So you could either go with the blue ones or you could go with the black ones. And then so you could plug in your costs, right? If you were to just buy this to get ungated and then try to get some of your money back by selling it on Amazon too. So you would buy it for $8.99, sell it for the current buy box is $14.50, and you would lose 76 cents per unit, but you would get ungated in the Nike brand. So
Yeah.
you would spend $88.99, so like $90 plus tax for the 10 units, but then you could sell those 10 units back on Amazon and you'd only have a loss of 76 cents per unit. So at the end of the day, it's pretty low cost to get
Yes.
ungated in the brand. So you just buy 10 units. Let's see if we can even add 10 units to cart. So yeah, you can add up to 10 units. And it says in stock and ready to ship. That means that this product is readily available. It's not back ordered. So you can click add to cart. Boom, put it in your cart and just check out. And then once it ships, you would go in here and you would find the invoice, and then you go back to this. You copy the ASIN, plug it into Amazon Seller Central, hit apply to sell, add that invoice, and follow the steps. Click all the boxes, and then hit submit.
Yeah. Again, you want to make sure that you apply to sell for Nike under the same ASIN
Yeah.
that you buy your product from.
So this product would match the product that you ordered on your invoice.
Yes. Okay.
So
And then maybe you want to do Lego or
sure, yeah, we could do Lego.
Lego.com.
So continue. Okay. Keychain. So there's multiple keychains. Like if you wanted to get ungated in Marvel, maybe, or Spider-Man, you can maybe do this one, or let's see if like a Star Wars one.
Yep.
See
Darth
this
Vader.
Darth Vader. Gotta love some Darth Vader. So you just right click and you hit SAS search. Oh, this says limit of 5.
Yeah.
So you have to find something that might have a limit, higher limit.
I think you might be able to get away with making 2 orders that has like because you know how that one has like a cap at 5.
Yeah.
You might be able to place one and then place another one for 5. And then submit those 2 invoices to get ungated in that brand or brands.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one says limit 50. So
It's better.
this one would work probably better because I think Lego is actually a little bit strict about placing multiple orders. Sometimes they'll cancel
they'll
your second
cancel.
order. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had that happen where I've tried to order multiple orders from Lego and they
just
canceled it.
cancel.
But so this one you could order 10 units from here, and then you would go to this Amazon listing, make sure. Okay, so this one, the brand says Stormtrooper.
So you gotta keep
So
an eye out for that.
you have to make sure that the brand says Lego, right?
Yes.
This is, you don't want to get ungated in Stormtrooper brand because there's probably not many products to sell in Stormtrooper brand. But this, let's see if
This
there's,
one? That one is.
yeah. So this is one where it would work, right? You could, obviously there's not very many sales, like there's unknown BSR, doesn't even know how much times it sells per month. Well, actually, it could be selling because it looks like the seller count is going down. There's just no sales rank. But yeah, you would just buy 10 of these, go to this listing,
Copy that ASIN.
copy the ASIN,
Put it into
put
your
it into
seller
your Seller Central, and then submit your invoice and get ungated in Lego.
Yep. And you can use plenty of them. So like if you go back to the Lego, there's like there's Star Wars. Go back. What
Yeah.
other keychains are there? They have, what is it? Sonic. Have Spider-Man, Marvel.
Yeah, there's a
They
bunch.
probably have like so many. Oh, Harley Quinn. So DC, Disney, Minnie Mouse, Mickey, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so you might be able to get ungated in multiple. So, but you
Yeah.
just have to find like a listing that is gated behind like Star Wars that you can use. Let me see, Star Wars keychain. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think we did Chewbacca.
Oh yeah, we might have used that one when we did it back in the day.
We did ours with Chewbacca, I believe.
Yeah.
If you type in Chewbacca at the top. Chewbacca. Keychain.
This is going for $20 now. Might be able to flip this one. Might have found a lead right here. Just kidding.
Nah, the
No,
BSR is super high.
I mean it sells 28 times a month,
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
Well, but yeah. But that one is 50 plus spot. And it says visit the Lego store. The only way that you'll be able to find out what brand it's gated on would
Is-
be if you select the ASIN and then put it in your seller central to add a product and then go from there.
Yeah.
All right. And then do you want to go back?
Yeah. So we'll go back.
Yeah, but if you guys need help looking for ungates, just message us in the school group and we can try to figure something out. That way we can get some success in the wins chat and in our school group. We want to make sure that you guys are, taking advantage of the community and,
The
reaching out
resources. Yep.
and the resources and everything.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the presentation. We just want to show you an example of what an actual invoice looks like.
And what to look out for.
And
Like
what to
you,
look
you
out
saw
for.
like the Stormtrooper brand, like you don't want to apply for the Stormtrooper brand. You were trying to get negated in Lego. Like, so just got to look out for those things.
Okay, let's see if I could do this one more time.
So you gotta, I think.
Right here. Sure. This one.
Yep.
Okay, can you see this?
Oops.
Right here. Yeah. So this is pretty much a invoice that we got from Target. And we use this invoice to get ungated in Google Nest. We talked about this product that we found
At Kohl's.
During the 50% off clearance last time.
Yep.
And this actually helped us get ungated in it, so it was a win. We did, what was it, Google Nest thermostat trim kit. There were $14.99 each. We spent about $164.14 to get ungated in Google Nest, and we were able to make, I don't know, how many did we sell? Like 30,
We sold
right?
like 30 of them at like $60 profit each. So
yeah,
probably like 1,800 profit off of just that one product we found. And then we bought other Google products. We bought like these other variation of thermostat and then Google doorbells. So we still have some more. But and then the good thing about this is that like obviously we don't really advise to return products, but you could potentially, like, if you want to recoup your money for your ungate, you could just go and return the products back to the store after you get ungated, of course. But obviously we don't really
recommend that
every time, because they might stop allowing us to do this.
purchase or whatever. You
But
just don't want to get blocked or get a red flag on your name or whatever.
But it's an option for sure.
But this invoice, obviously it says Target. It says where you're purchasing it from. It has the invoice on there. It says ship to. The address is the same that is on the file on the seller account. It has the date on there. It has the invoice number, the item, the quantity. The quantity, remember, has to be
10.
a total of 10. And then this is what an invoice would be.
So it's nothing crazy. It's not like some fancy paper, it's just lays out all the information that they need, and then you just submit it and boom, you're good to go.
Yep. Alrighty. I think that's all we had. Let me see.
Questions?
Got it. Oh yeah. If you guys have any other questions, we can now answer them for you. Let's see what was asked previously. Let's see. Sometimes if you request an email receipt on an in-store purchase, you may be able to use it as an invoice. Okay, I did not know that.
That's a good one, Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never tried that personally, but I mean, I'm sure that could work. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. And then Giovanna says, maybe that's what I need, a reseller permit. Did you use that to apply for the account?
We don't really use it. We didn't upload that onto our seller account. We mainly just use that for retailers where we want to buy products that we plan to resell. And then that makes it to where we don't have to have sales tax. We don't pay sales tax because pretty much we're deferring the sales tax to the end consumer who ends up paying sales tax. So we shouldn't have to pay sales tax because we're going to sell it to somebody else who will eventually pay sales tax
Yes.
on it.
Because then if not, it's just like they're gaining sales tax.
Yeah, they're gaining more,
They're
the
gaining
government
money.
is getting more money than they need to get, pretty
Yeah.
much. So,
Did you have a question, Joanna?
No, that answers it. Thank you. I just was
Mm.
wondering if maybe that's what was holding me up in my
yeah,
application.
I think it's got to be like your business license, probably from the Department of Revenue. Like you
Yeah.
have like a UBI number that's on your business license, and I think you have to get that with your like your county
Yes.
Department of Revenue, like in your state. So that should
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I need to get because I only have the Secretary of State, like articles of incorporation
be.
and
Mhm.
an EIN. So I
Okay.
think I need like an actual license.
Yeah, like a
Okay.
business license. Yeah.
Yeah, and have you tried calling seller support and saying, I don't know, they're not very helpful
No,
very much, but
I emailed them and told them what was going on, and they said that it wasn't like what the issue I was saying that I had wasn't what it was. So they were like, we can't help you. I'm like, okay, that's helpful. And then a couple days later, I got an email that said my ID had been verified,
Yeah.
but it's still not. There's still that when I go back in there and I register like my business stuff, it still doesn't let me move past the like the business. What's that? Like an ID number or something. So I think it's that. So I don't know.
Okay.
I'll ask. I'll reach out again though.
You
I was
can
just wondering
always.
if maybe I didn't use that.
yeah, and if you want to send us a screenshot of what it's asking for, maybe we
Yeah.
can like try to figure out what they're asking for.
Yeah.
So
That's
feel
Okay.
free to
what to
send
say.
us a screenshot and we can try to help you out.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Does anybody
I
else have a
think
question?
Carla has a question.
Yep.
So it is mostly online purchases for the invoices to get ungated. And yes, that is correct. I think 100% of our invoices have came from online purchases. We haven't really had, you can't really use receipts for ungating purposes. So if you find something in store, you just have to get it, like find a product online that you can use to get ungated in that brand, and then you can sell the product you found in store, unless it's an auto ungate.
Yeah, because it's usually like for example, right? Like Target, they'll send you, excuse me, they'll send you like an invoice on your portal or like your sign in, your login, after it's been like shipped. Or like sometimes like maybe Kohl's will send you like an invoice in the box. So you can't really get like those printout papered, 8.5 by 11 that says what you purchased and everything when you go in store. So
Yeah, you just get a receipt.
you just get a receipt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't take retail receipts. So you can't submit those when
Yeah.
you're trying to get ungated.
So, I mean, you can always go in store at first and then like see what you need to get ungated in, see if it's worth getting ungated in. Like if you found enough units to where like the ROI makes sense, like you investing in that product in that brand to get ungated because you found a product in store that you want to sell profitably, and see like how much profit you would make after investing in the ungate. And then you'd also be able to sell, any other product you find in that brand after that. So
Yeah. So you could scan.
you could scan with the
With-
seller app, like the
Yeah.
Amazon seller app, but we also recommend using Seller
Seller Amp.
Amp, which is that $20 a month subscription. But it's, pretty much has all the data, has a profit calculator. You can plug in your buy cost. It'll tell you what your profit is. So there's Seller App, which is the normal Seller app. There is a profit calculator in there too, but it doesn't have as much data
Yes.
to look at. We recommend Seller Amp.
Yeah. When
So
it,
yeah.
yeah. It's because they don't have the same, I guess, like
Interface.
yeah, the same information. So like obviously like Seller Amp SAS goes into detail with like, history and the keep a chart at the bottom and the variations and all that. Seller, just the regular Seller Central, when you scan it to add a product, it's just going to give you that profit for that specific product. It's not going to give you any data, just the specific product.
It won't tell you how
Yeah.
many times it sells per month, the estimated sales per month, any more data than what just, your profit is.
Yes.
But we recommend just to go with Seller Amp. But
Any other questions? Gino, Pablo, Edgar, positive momentum. Luis. Yes, seller amp. Perfect.
Yep.
Think. Was it Edgar that had did you do the Ungate with Nike? Is that who I saw? Someone posted in the school that
Yeah,
they were
someone
trying to
did.
get Ungated in
I think
Nike.
it was Edgar.
Was it Edgar?
Any shipping tips?
Okay, yeah. Shipping tips. What do you mean by shipping tips, Luis? You can unmute if you want to.
Don't be shy.
I know, don't be shy, guys. Let me stop recording. Maybe that'll help.